Just under 600 acres. My dad was born here back in 1938. I've been here all my life. We're about 150 acres of arable. The rest is grass, of which 60 acres of that is kind of temporary rotation. We've got 1,200 sheep. We used to have 2,000 sheep, but we found out that our biggest friend in those days was the vet. We used to kind of chase the sheep with too many antibiotics and drenches and everything else. So when during the foot and mouth, we kind of cut back a fair bit. We diversified on the farm. We cut our sheep numbers down, and now we use no antibiotics. Well, hardly any antibiotics. No blanket prevention. We use the kind of FECPAK for worm testing, and we just cut our costs down so much, and using technology in the sheep pens, in the tractors, just to make life much easier. If things are easy, things get done, and we are very much of that approach, taking things forward. North Country mules, we've used different breeds, but these are the most prolific. We've found those that they can work our system. They work on our farm well. They're easy to maintain. They are high inputs, but high inputs, high outputs. They're very, very good mothers. They milk very well. So yeah, they do fit our system very well. Last year we scanned at about 214% with the ewes, which was fantastic. In future, whether they'll be the same, I don't know. I'm very open to different ideas, and I will be looking at different ideas in future times. But at the moment, for our market, we're very happy with the North Country mules that we buy out of Bentham in Lancashire. And it just fits our system very, very well. Fecal egg counts is something I've heard about a lot. We didn't used to do very much until this year, when we became part of the AHDB Challenge Sheep. They provided us all with a kit to go and do. It used to be very much a case of here, by the time we've collected the samples and then taken them to the vets, and then the vets have to send them off, and this, that and the other, it'll be 2 days until we get the results back, and at that time the moment's gone. You need to, if something's wrong, you need to act on it here and now. So now with these kits now, it is just so quick. I was just on Friday with 2 kids. We're going around picking up the samples, taking them back to the office, sending them off to FECPAK, and we had the results within 10 minutes. The technology now is just so fantastic. It'll take probably we took eight samples from start to end. It took us about an hour and 20 minutes, but then we had definitive proof then that we didn't need to worm.
We'd been involved in the past with microscope technology, and we needed a way of making this easier, because although the industry has been advocating this and we've been encouraging farmers to do this, the uptake of fecal egg counting has been very poor in general, especially for doing fecal egg counts on a regular basis on farms. So we looked at why this was, what the barriers were to the uptake of fecal egg counting, and one of the things is when the time spent testing and actually waiting for results. So like in Sam's case, sending samples away, if you don't live close to the vet practice, and having to post samples, etc., it could take a couple of days to get results back. But also for doing on-farm testing, we know fecal egg counting historically is based on microscope technology, which you need people to be trained to look down a microscope and identify eggs. So we thought, is there an easy way we could approach this? And we developed the G2 system. So our second generation of FECPAK was developed to make the process much easier. So now we can actually have farmers like Sam doing fecal egg counts on farm easily, where we process a sample, and basically we have a device which takes an image, it takes a picture of the sample. That image then is transported via the web. So we upload the image to our web-based database system, and the image is analysed by our technicians online, and where we get results back really quickly within an hour. We promise results within an hour, and often it's much quicker than that as well, as in Sam's case.
It's just saved us a lot of time, effort and money, and just using wormers that we didn't need to use. So rather than drenching, because we've always drenched at that time, that sort of thing's gone now. It's a case of, if you think you need to drench, do your test and then find out. With our weighing system now, with the lambs, we do a lot of the decision making on live weight gains. So if there's a live weight gain, then we leave them. If they're flatlining or going down, we want to know why. So the first port of call is go and do a kind of FECPAK test, and then you'll get your decision, say, within 10 minutes. It is so again, it's just technology moving you on to the next level to make things easier, to make sure your decisions are right. I have had a kind of 3, 5 and 7 year plan, just coming to the end of the fifth year, with the terms of infrastructure on the farm, with the diversities. They're in place now to kind of safeguard the farm, and now I'm really looking forward to the next kind of few years, because the enjoyment of kind of sheep farming will kind of come back again, because we're not determined by price rises. If it kind of goes up a pound or down a pound, we're not determined by that now. We can go kind of strive to have the kind of best welfare, the best returns now, because and I can get back to enjoying it again, because when sheep farming has been kind of so hard, but now we've got the technologies in place now to kind of take it forward and to hopefully get the next generation coming through. Where we're going to be Brexit wise and everything else, I think it's just a case of who knows. I think Europe, I don't think the exports will ever stop, because it's just such a massive market, and there are other markets opening up around the world. I know Farmers Fresh, they're doing a lot of work to try and get it in different parts of the world, with big success rates. They've just opened their second plant, second abattoir in Wrexham. So I can see the sheep industry has got a great future, and I certainly would believe it.